senior government officials, cabinet ministers, the private sector, and the general public are all cordially invited to attend. The Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, in collaboration with the Ministry of Trade, Industry, Employment and Regional Integration and the Gambia Revenue Authority, on Tuesday held a sensitization meeting on the introduction of the value-added tax. The forum that brought together people from the government and the private sector was to raise awareness on how the VAT can be put into practice. Aissatou Mane has details in this report.
Value-added tax, as the name implies, is a tariff which replaces the sales tax on goods. The introduction of the VAT has suddenly increased general concern among Gambians as prices of basic commodities spiral out of control. It is against this backdrop that the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, in partnership with the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Employment and Regional Integration and the Gambia Revenue Authority, held a forum to enlighten people about the value-added tax. Officials took time to make comprehensive explanations to ensure proper understanding of the new tax system, especially among the business community. The value-added tax, according to officials, only applies to registered businesses whose income is up to $1 million. For lesser business outside of this income bracket are exempted from the payment of the VAT.
We all know that the value-added tax is a consumer tax, but it is not to be borne by the person who goes to buy. Rather, it replaces the sales tax, which really I think the GRA has done a lot of work in sensitizing people about. But because of that concern, and really government is not here to punish people twice. You don't have to pay for a commodity twice, or you don't the prices don't have to really escalate for reasons that are not substantiated.
The Commissioner General of the Gambia Revenue Authority explains the rationale behind the introduction of the value-added tax.
GRA staffs are working closely with these businesses to ensure that they do not charge VAT on exempted goods, that their prices of all the taxable goods is VAT inclusive, and that they issue receipts showing that they are registered and then the VAT amount included in the VAT prices. For the service industry, the transition has gone quite well. Hotels and restaurants have found the registration from sales tax to VAT quite straightforward. While all pricing is supposed to be VAT inclusive, we recognize it will take time for some restaurants to redo their menus. An agreement has been reached with the banks that will benefit all businesses, resulting in reduced administrative costs for the banking community and simplified receipt process for businesses claiming input tax credit on their bank fees.
Esa Jallo, Commissioner for Domestic Taxes, urged the business community to welcome the introduction of the VAT with sincerity, as the system is here to help advance the cause of both the business entrepreneur and the consumer.
The way the sales tax used to happen, so if this is a business that is now required to charge sales tax on the supplies that it makes in the local economy, it means that by the time it charges sales tax, it is charging it on a value that already has sales tax, the import sales tax. But the VAT is designed in such a way that every VAT you have paid as a registered business.
The Gambia Revenue Authority and stakeholders are pushing to increase awareness of the VAT in a bid to improving understanding of people with regards to its introduction in the country. For GRTS News, I am Aissatou Mane.
Well, efforts by Tourism and Culture Ministry officials to turn the Gambia into a more marketable year-round tourist destination appear to be paying dividend. The Spanish airline Binter Canarias Monday afternoon touched down at the Banjul International Airport. Ajami Sise was there, and she now reports on the arrival of the maiden flight.
Internalization and opening up of new markets, the Spanish airliner Binter Canarias touched down at the Banjul International Airport, signifying a start of a fresh new partnership and raising hopes for an expansive and more fruitful winter season. The Spanish airline connecting Banjul to the Canary Islands will be here twice a week, making the Gambia the first destination to be unveiled in 2013, adding to Casablanca, Agadir, Cape Verde and Lisbon, which joined the list last year.
We have started this route having or taking some. But we are prepared to stay here for as long as necessary to develop the route. Not long ago there was a route between Las Palmas and Banjul. It was a success. Stopped by other circumstances, and we want to retake that where it was, and we hope that we are going to succeed in this route.
Diversifying tourism and looking at the narrower circuits of expansion, the mid-season addition to the Gambia's airlines is supported by government. The deal being brokered by the tourism minister 2 years ago to add the Gambia to its list of destinations. For the brand, Binta Canarias speaks high-quality air transport, which has been provided for nearly a quarter of a decade.
From the government, we can assure you of our 100% support. We are not going to sit back and allow you to come in and out. We'll make it our business to know what happens on every flight, what type of passengers did you have, what challenges you're encountering. But I'm sure my team at the airport are good enough to actually, they have the staff complement to make sure they take care of all your needs. And for me today, it's a great day. It's a very good way to start the year. I didn't expect to see Binta. As I was driving in the airport, I saw Binta, I said, wow, we are getting there. We're going to be the hub, inshallah, very soon. The staff are working very hard towards that achievement. As a government, we know that there's a thin line between tourism and aviation.
The Canary Archipelago, located in the southwest of Spain, overlooking the Moroccan coast, has great possibilities for leisure, commerce, and richness. The airline, with its picturesque landscape, could serve as a new area of exploration by the country's tourism industry. For Grts News, I am Ajami Sise.
The Minister of Health and Social Welfare has embarked on the second leg of his tour of health facilities and institutions under his purview. The latest tour by Minister Balagaba Jahumpa and delegation took him to Lower River region. Babukar Kamara went along and he now reports.
Main purpose of this assessment tour, I call it, is that we have been mandated to go around the country to visit our public health facilities to see what sort of equipments they need that would facilitate their work in order for them to deliver the health services to our people.
He continued his tour at Lower River region with his team assessing needs and status of health facilities across the country. The painstaking exercise, lasting on average 20 hours a day, came on the backdrop of ardent concern to revisit our healthcare delivery system, particularly when the country has less than 7 years to attain Vision 2020.
We left since last Friday, and so far we have visited 51 minor, major, and some hospitals. And we are yet to visit 8 more. That would be a total of 59 health facilities in this country. And my fellow Gambians, what does that tell us? That indicates that since the advent of the July 22nd revolution, under the leadership of His Excellency the President, the Gambian people have health delivery system delivered all over the country.
In Lower River region, he visited Bureng and Soma health facilities and the CHN school at Monsakonko before proceeding to Dongoroba Health Center, still under construction. It was amazement beyond doubt for a rousing welcome that unravels a huge investment by their illustrious son, who pokes behind the scenes to construct a multi-million-dollar hospital for his community.
The reason why we built this health center is simply because it's a call from His Excellency. All the time he used to say, he used to emphasize on health matters. And then it is a very, very, very important role that every Gambian should should have an intention to do so.
The entourage was doubly touched with the personal funded community initiative at its advanced stages with all clinical services, some of which are currently lacking and forms part of his findings.
We have noticed that mainly the demand is on oxygen concentrators, which deals with respiratory child problems or even with asthmatic patients. As far as pharmaceuticals are concerned, it is also to assess all our health facilities, the basic drugs that they need.
How significant is the minister's tour, particularly in your region?
I think in general, and in particular in this region, the tour is very significant.